I don't like. I got a few tricks up my sleeve. I got some more cool shit coming. I'll tell you about.
Well, you may well do. Everybody does, but
yeah. No. I have more than most. I'm the founder of a $50 billion cryptocurrency. I have more than most.
Yeah, you can brag about that. I mean, that's fine.
So this idea that you can make absolutely insane, amazing changes in the world by just turning the right screws, but knowing where those screws are, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So it gets framed like, you made too much money for too little work. But in fact, it's the opposite. Making a lot of money with little work means you have little overhead, which means you have little negative price externality. Look at Zcash. Zcash price is doomed and has been doomed for years. Why? Because they got a building of 80 guys doing something. I still prefer maximally effective on-ramping. I still don't like ads that don't work. And most ads do not work. I don't think billboards work. I don't think sports advertising works. I don't think race cars work. I got some other tricks I ain't gonna tell you about. I'm gonna let them shoot themselves in the foot first so they can't counteract the counterplay.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. Woohoo! Things the climate's pretty good, eh? Do you like this sort of environment? It's a lot better than the bear market type environment. So we're starting to get that bullish and maybe hyper bullish moves starting to ramp up for that. It's going to be pretty cool. I think we're at a pretty important, critical turning point here in the market. So we're going to get into that. Now we've got Pulsechain news. We've got SparkSwap entering the 404 phrase, and that's gone live. So we're going to cover that. It's only just gone live, by the way. We're going to cover that, and we're going to cover obviously Randy Alaski note token. There's another one of top performers there, so that's doing pretty well. We're going to get into dog on Bitcoin again. It got a new exchange, AscendEx, so we're going to talk about that. And of course, some of the A-listing exchanges absolutely looking like they're going to be listing that. So that's going to be, we're going to cover that. It's coming up as well. You definitely want to join our strategy club in Discord to get alpha on that. Multi-chain alpha. So links in the video description, $35 a month, really good value for getting all the intel and all the work done. So get in there, folks. We got Mafia Vault. So we're really a big supporter of Jacob's ecosystem, innovative DeFi. He's a Pulsechain dev, but of course he's got a few projects on BNB. So that is probably going to have some crossover too in the future potentially. So Mafia Vault game is coming up, maybe a week or two away. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the vault itself has hit 25,000. It's going up with the price of BNB as well. So it's going to be bullish. And of course, it's only early. So when the game goes live and everyone's active, staking is in place and everything, that's going to go through the roof. Yeah, boy. All right. Enough craziness. Let's get into it. Say hello to a few people. Now, I hope you enjoyed that sort of flashback to some of Richard's alpha about all the tricks up his sleeve. I really do like that video. So I thought I'd post it today for the intro. We got Lies Beneath says, how are you? Very good. It's super sunny outside, even though it's kind of winter months now down under in New Zealand, Australia, Pacific Islands. Really is a sunny day here. So looking really, really good outside and not too cold. Not too cold at the moment. I mean, it's still, late May, but still looking pretty good there. Hex PulseX incentive for the win, 100%. That is the gold crypto strategy. At the moment, it's still accumulation zone, so you can still pull it out. And you know, there's magic carpet ride. These tricks are going to start playing out. So you don't want to be left behind for that. Obviously, some good gains to be made. Let's have a look here. We've got Sandy Beach in the house. Hey, Sandy. Hope you're doing well. Big shout out to Sandy there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. And, of course, it is day 21 on the Health and Fitness Challenge. So big shout out. And that is the link. Don't forget to give Sandy a follow and get in on that. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, get into the chat, folks. Make it lively. If you got any intel, get into the chats. If you got any questions, get in the chats. If you just want to say hi, get into the chats. It is the way to go. And a big shout out to all the mods, man, in the Discord and on YouTube. Really do appreciate it. Sandy Beach, of course, Wookie. We got Brenton. We got James Bond. And I just want to shout out to all you guys. And, of course, we got Jenny as well. So big shout out. And finally, of course, ultimately, our community leader, Brian. Absolutely crushing it out there as well. So big shout out. And of course, let's not forget Archie, our Jacob expert there, and appreciate everything you do. Of course, Archie's going to be the godfather of our Mafia family. So if you want to get on that, get into Discord. The link's in the video description. It's $5 a month to join up. And you can create a profile on BNB Mafia and potentially join our family if we know you. We're obviously not letting absolutely everybody in, but if we know you, if you're familiar with you, and then you could get into that. We got Wookie says, Wookie loves meatballs and spaghetti. Hey, that's my favorite meal. That's my favorite meal. And funniest, you go to an Italian store, you go to an Italian store, and a restaurant, and with that hardly ever. I've never been to a restaurant that serves spaghetti and meatballs. It's Italian. I mean, what's with that? I thought that it's like the most Italian meal. They give you lasagna and other stuff, but yeah, spaghetti and meatballs, man, that's the way to go. And Big K's in house. I want to join Superman Mafia family. Hey, well, that's not going to be the name, but definitely join in, Big K. You're definitely a candidate for joining up. So we'd love that. Hey, speaking of the candidate, there's the Godfather. Archie's in the house there. Big shout out to Archie. He's going to be the Godfather of our family, and of course, he's going to be setting that all up. So big shout out to him. I will just be supporting Archie in that role. So not in the Godfather role, but supporting him in his role as Godfather, and we look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, there will be a bit of admin, of course. You got to do a bit of admin. You can't just do anything, but it's going to be fun. Woo, family. Yeah, get excited, Big K. Get excited. I'm in the family, I think, says Sandy Beach. Yes. Hey, Sandy. Yeah, let us know. Actually, I forgot to mention that you're in it too. Archie, take note. Sandy there's got a profile as well. Looks like Sandy will join our family as well. So that adds up the numbers there, as we talked about earlier, Archie. So get on that. All right, without further ado, we've got a big lineup, folks. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time, but let's go into the info. And we're going to start off at the right place. Let me just get in the right place here. And bam. All right, so a stock market today, again, moving up higher. S&P 500, NASDAQ in record close ahead of NVIDIA earnings. So let's have a look at the chip maker. We've got the Dow Jones up 0.17%, 66 points to 39,872, heading back towards that 40,000 mark. We've got S&P 500 up 0.25%, 13 points to 5,321, and the NASDAQ up, let's say 0.2%, 38 points to 16,832. So record closes, just amazing results happening right now in the history. We're history making. Now, obviously, they're waiting for NVIDIA on Wednesday. Those are the results. These are the results for Tuesday. Obviously, it's Wednesday down under already. We're always a day ahead, so it's always a little tricky for us to remember what day it is. Now, we have also got NVIDIA results coming out on Wednesday. That's going to be a big, big thing for the stock market. We've got the Fed as well, Fed Qs. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller continued to echo recent remarks from the Fed speakers on holding rates at current levels, saying further evidence that inflation is slowing would be needed before any cutback in rates. So we're still looking at September, right? In the absence of significantly weakening in the labor market, I need to see several more months of good inflation data before I'd be comfortable supporting and easing in the stance of monetary policy. So that's on Tuesday. That is kind of regarding interest rates. So September is still looking like the timeline for that. All right, so let's jump away from the stock market, which is crushing it with records, moving into a crypto, and crypto doing very well. I think at a very big turning point. So here we are. We've got Bitcoin at 70,000 holding at the moment, down 1.5. Now, it depends on where you get your data from, because Bitcoin's probably slightly higher than that. We're going to go check that out. Bitcoin dominance around 52% at the moment, and Ethereum is down up 3.5% at 3,782. And of course, we're looking for the Ethereum ETFs, right? They're imminent, the 23rd. And what are we at the moment? 22nd here, so it must be 21st. So about 2 more days for that. A bit of a mixed results at the moment across the market. Arbitrum there is a standout, 5.7%. Obviously a leverage play, second layer on Ethereum. BNB doing pretty well as well, 3.6% up. And of course, that's going to boost the Mafia vault, right, value. Anytime that goes up, that's just a booster to the US dollar value. In terms of the meme coins, we can see that Pepe is kind of standing out there, up 22%. And of course, big meme there as well. Had some big support from people like Joe Parry and others shilling that as well. So that is a general overview. Let's go to CoinGecko. Have a look at the overall. The market cap is up 1.5% for Bitcoin. For crypto overall, which is 2.75 trillion at the moment. And like I say, I think last bull market we were at 3.1, somewhere around that mark, if I remember rightly. So we're expecting to blow that out of the water, right? We're doing pretty well. Let's have a look at the leaders here. Yeah, you can see Bitcoin at 70,000, up 14% there. Ethereum up 31% for the week. Can you believe it? 3% for the 24 hours. We've got BNB up 3.4%. What else is looking interesting here? XRP, pretty flat here, but up 7% for the week. Dogecoin, the biggest meme, of course, on the planet. Of course, Dog on Bitcoin is going to try and replace that or take that number out. $24.6 billion market cap. So, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to Dog. That's up 4.4%. So those run out a top 10 with, of course, Toncoin there, the a new network. That's kind of the latest one in the top 10, kind of the new darling, as it were. But that is pretty much down the last week and 24 hours. So it's kind of the leader there. All right, that is top 10. Let's jump closer into Bitcoin. And, of course, we can see our chart here on Coinbase. This is the Coinbase price. And, of course, we are tracking away from the Bitcoin halving. And it is looking very good indeed. So what are we on? Day 32 since the Bitcoin halving. So tick-tock. And, of course, we've got the 50-day moving average curling back up now, which is kind of cool. And the 200-day moving average is starting to accelerate as well. That is at 70. Let's have a look here. What are we up to? We're on $54,330 on the 200-day moving average and $64,600 on the 50-day moving average. So still in the bullish mode here with the short term over the long term. And, of course, we're at 70,000. So looking really, really, really good at the moment is the old Bitcoin. Now, on top of Bitcoin, of course, is Runes. And, of course, we've got that in the title there, Dog on Bitcoin. So we're going to talk about that. But here is the Runes market. Now, Runes launched at the Bitcoin halving, right? So that's pretty much 32 days old as well. Now, there is a little mechanism in the Runes protocol, which basically enables like tokens basically to be traded on Bitcoin. And this is why it's kind of the first cycle for meme coins and stuff like that on Bitcoin. That's why this is such a big deal. You know, you got the meme coins on the most valuable chain for the first time. That is a big, big deal. So that's why we're covering it so much. So you can see here at the moment, we've got the top 100 runes here on Magic Eden. Magic Eden's #1 DEX pretty much for the trading of these. There are others like Unisat and other DEXs, but this is kind of the one. Now, what we're seeing is big centralized exchanges starting to pick up the Runes protocol. Some of them had to add it into their technology suite to be able to offer trading. But that is looking imminent, folks, imminent. And you don't want to miss out on the imminence. You don't want to do that. Anyway, so we got the top ones here. Fihu there, which is rune #1. In other words, that's when it was first etched at the beginning of the launch of Rune protocols at the Bitcoin halving. And then, of course, we've got runes #3, Dog. This is the one that I'm picking for the big winner. And, of course, this is led by Leonidas. This is currently at 4.8 sets. It's going up. And the market cap is now 336 million. This is going to, the first target is $1 billion. So you're talking about at least a 3x from here. Just get that. And, of course, there's a talk of potentially all of a lot of the key top centralized exchanges. We're talking about the Krakens of the world, the Binance, the OKXs of the world listing. They've already had some decent sized listings. We've also got listings at number 10 and number 15 coming up. So we could have multiple listings, maybe half a dozen listings on the top 15 centralized exchanges. That is an absolute game changer. And that means that the very limited amount of Dog has to be split up amongst many, many buyers. And so the price is just going to go up to the right. And, of course, it wants to, the founder, Leonidas, wants to challenge Dogecoin. So the upside to that is like 80 to 100x or something like that. So it's going to be massive upside for that. So that is kind of cool there. Ryzik also another top team doing pretty well. Pups Runes World as well. The Runix token in there. Epic number 6, or Decentralized number 7, another big team. Number 8, a bank of Nakamoto dollar. Number 9, Satoshi Nakamoto. That's rune number 6 as well. And then, of course, number 10, they're topping it off. Runes X and Bitcoin doing pretty well. And I'm going to give an honorable mention to Lobo the Wolf Pup, etch number 9 there. And, of course, another great team. That's on the Runes tokens. Now, in terms of ordinals and NFTs, these are the collections at the moment. We've got Bitcoin Pups at the top, 0.164 Bitcoin. Node Monks at a quarter of a Bitcoin for Node Monks. And there's not that many of these kind of high profile ones. We've got Ordinal Maxis there, number 3. Quantum Cats at number 4 at 0.3 Bitcoin. And then number 5, Runestone. Now, Runestone is how you got the Dog token for the runes. So that's kind of where that came from. We've got Runes Pups, Ryzik, Blob, and Bitcoin Frogs, and BRC 1024. Looks like a new one, that one actually. Number 10 there. That's all based on market volume over the last 24 hours. So that's kind of the cool thing there. I'm going to post the link to Runes if you guys want to check that out. Definitely don't miss out the runes aspect of this bull market cycle. Obviously, we're a maxi Pulsechain channel, but man, you don't want to miss out on some of the great alpha opportunities on some of the other channels as well. Right? It's good to have a bit of diversification in your portfolio. Very important. So there we go. That is where that is. You want to pick some up. Now, that is kind of cool. Now, if you want to find out more details, join our Discord strategy club. It's an exclusive chat strategy club, multi-chain. The link is in the video description. Maybe even in the chat, Wookie might post his link there, or maybe Brian. And of course, it's $35 a month. But we're really trying to target some of the big winners. And we've got a few speculative plays in there as well. So get into strategy club today, $35 a month. Pretty good value, in my opinion. All right. Do your own research, though. Don't forget that at all times. Not financial advice, as we always say. Okay, so that is pretty much that. Let's zoom a bit closer in on the dog. So let's have a quick look at this. And we're going to zoom in on the dog information here. Dog go to the moon. And it is actually going to the moon in about October, I understand, on SpaceX rocket. So this is going to be big. You're getting in really early before the big exchanges, before the SpaceX. I mean, it's going to be crazy, crazy. All right, let's get into the chart here on Gate.io. So I said it's also on centralized exchanges. So Magic Eden is a decentralized exchange. This is a centralized exchange. And of course, Gate.io is one of the early ones to pick up the old dog. And you can see the chart itself is starting to rise. Early days. Look at it starting to take off here, and is at 3,500th of a penny at the moment. So first target, 1 cent, $1 billion market cap, and that's game on, right? We've got to get up to good old Dogecoin. And what was that up? That was up at, what did we say, 24 billion or somewhere around there. So still got a bit of work to do there, 24x, even if we get to $1 billion. So a big time happening there, but game on. We've got Binance and people like that talking about it. So that is currently dog to go to the moon at the moment. And let's jump into the leader of dog, of course, is Leonidas. And he posted this out just earlier, breaking new Dodge centralized exchange listing. AscendEx, one of the latest to join the DEX is there. It's got 217,000 followers for the old AscendEx. And they're going to have trading starting on the 22nd of May. So that's probably UTC time. So that's probably just started, as my guess, the old trading there. So kind of cool, just as we're doing live stream now. So it's had 45,000 views. Now, this is one of several that have already jumped on board. We already know that at least a couple of their top 10 are talking about dog and runes. And we also got number 10, 15, I think it is, also talking about dog token specifically as well. So it could be at least half a dozen centralized exchanges coming up that are in the top 15. And once that happens, it's game over, right? This price is going whoop, whoop, whoop. It's going to go moon. So really cool. And they've got millions and millions and millions of followers, of course. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah. So that's good old Leonidas. And if you want to follow Leonidas, the founder of Dog, then check this out. That is pretty cool. And he's an amazing founder, honestly. Just incredible founder. Does really good marketing and really good, just a smart guy. So there we are. That's Leonidas. Let's move on into a little bit of insight here. Now, this is sort of stuff where we're going to be posting in the strategy club in the Discord. And this is a little tweet here from Benji, or post here. And it says, want to know what will happen when Dog gets listed on Binance? Look what happened to Audi. Now, Audi was on the previous technology before runes on BRC20s. And here we go. Look what happened to Audi when it first got listed. It was the first one that got listed there. And you can see what happened to the chart. So this is before Binance listed it. Just tinkering away. You can sort of see that in that Gate.io chart that we have. And then after Binance listed, boop, up it goes. So it was way down here at like a couple of dollars, $2. And then it was rallied all the way up to $80 or plus, or even higher than that. So pretty crazy stuff there. So you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty much the Bitcoin roundup and runes, of course, which we really enjoy. Now we're going to jump into Ethereum. Before we do that, let's catch up on the chat a little bit more and see where else has jumped in here. Don't want to get too far ahead. Let's see here. Let's jump back down. What have we got here? We got Archie says got it regarding Sandy Beach. Nice. You can't miss my profile, haha, says Sandy. Absolutely. Looking good too. Good profile. Wookie says you must only have woke restaurants in Auckland, says Wookie. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Does your Italian have spaghetti and meatballs down there? Let us know. Craig Pitt says, I'm keen to be included in the familiar. Yeah, I think we had you on the list there, Craig. So just get in Discord and get talk to Archie or myself or whatever. And I think I may have added you to the Discord. We've got a special little private chat for the Mafia family, but we'll talk more about that later on. But get in there, folks, and we'll make sure you get included in that. As long as we know you and are fairly confident, people will be able to be added to the family. We can't just let everybody in because people can get shot in the back. We don't want to get shot in the back. It is a game after all of Mafia. What else there? Let's see. So we're going to jump past that. Yep, there is the link to the Strategy Club. Thanks, Wookie, for posting that. Let's jump through here. What else we got? Wookie is confused about what day it is. It is Wednesday in good old New Zealand. It is still Tuesday in most of the Northern Hemisphere, I guess, or at least the United States, at least. It's a Tuesday, Wookie, says Sandy Beach. You're going to be more confused now with that. We got Toby Wan in the house there. Amazing TA guy and, of course, community member as well as a big influence in his own right. Big shout out to you, Toby Wan. It's been a little while since we've seen you in the chat. Superman tuning in while waiting to go on Game Theory Gang. There we go. LTG in the house. Big shout out to Toby One. I hope you're doing well. And even Sandy's in there. Toby. You got a fan. Toby. All right, looking good. Let's move on. All right, I'm going to get rugged by Toby in a minute. Rug. Okay, let's move on. We're going to get into Ethereum again. And check this out. So Ethereum there pumping up. Woo! Boom. So really nice little recovery here. Obviously expectations. We've flipped from 25% chance of the the Ethereum ETFs to 75% chance. And of course that's from Balkahunas and Stefart. And of course up it goes there, the Bloomberg analysts, and powered up there. A very big quick turnaround there. So not 100%, but 75%. Definitely bullish, and the market likes it. So it has bolted over the 50-day moving average, which is currently at 3,200. And, of course, the 200 moving average is 2,833. We're currently at just under 3,800 at the moment, looking pretty good. We did get to a high yesterday of 3,840. Got a brand new candle now. So Ethereum doing pretty well. And as you can see on the timeline, we've got the expected ETF approvals on the 23rd of May for the first ones at least. So pretty cool. We went through the list of them yesterday. I posted that in the chat, so you can go back and watch that yesterday's show if you want to see the list of applicants for the Ethereum ETFs. Pretty cool. Now, we do have some updates here. This is just hot off the press too. Well, at least before I put it in the live stream, from James Stefart, one of the two Bloomberg analysts that kind of leading the analysis on ETFs. Update, it's happening, he says. We have at least 5 of the potential Ethereum ETF issuers that have submitted their amended 19B-4 forms in the last 25 minutes, which is what the SEC asked for. Fidelity, Van Eyck, Invesco, Galaxy, and ARK 21 shares, and Franklin all submitted via CBOE, so the Chicago Boards of an Options Exchange. So that is pretty much it. You can see all the listings there, all the forms. Pretty cool. It's a done deal. So that is it. So that's bullish. So, yeah, 75% chance of approval. Definitely shock and awe. The SEC suddenly turning around with this sort of move. So there we go. Bullish. And that's going to lead us into Pulsechain and Richard Hart. So let's do that. We're going to get into Pulsechain and Richard Hart. Before we do that, let's see if anything else is here. We got Wookie says, is it? Maybe Google says Wednesday. No, it's pretty sure it's Wednesday down under here, Wookie. Pretty sure. Toby One says LTG, let's totally go. More family friendly. I like family friendly. One of our principles of the channel. Nice one there, Toby. All right, let's jump into it. Let's get back into Pulsechain. Now, Richard Hart put out this yesterday. Kraken and Binance both posted today that they want to list more coins, and it seems they want you to fill out the form. So this is out here, folks. You can go fill out the form and, of course, get in the Richard Hart tokens, the Hex, the Pulse, the PulseX, the incentive token. Let's get these listings on there. Now, we do know that Crypto Coffee, of course, is running a big public fund to help fund some of these listings. Sometimes they're paid listings, right? So that's Crypto Coffee's out there if you want to follow him up and check out. He's got a link to his to the fund that they're running to try and pay for fees for centralized exchange listings. Now, it really is a good onboarding tool. Obviously, we're DeFi maxis, right? Once you get to a certain level, you really want to stay in DeFi. But if you're new, onboarding new people, which is a lot of people, let's be frank about it, then this is a good way to do to onboard on decentralized exchanges. And then, of course, we educate them, get them on DeFi, and they can really be free and get some of the amazing opportunities out there as well. So that's kind of cool. At the moment, so yeah, and of course not onboarding, but a lot of capital is coming in through these centralized exchanges still, right? So obviously we've got capital coming through Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to have more capital coming through Ethereum ETFs, maybe 20-25% of the equivalence of a Bitcoin ETF, but it's going to be pretty bullish. And of course the leverage of capital coming in has that multiplier effect. So it's going to be pretty cool. That is where we are at the moment. So I'm going to post a link to that. If you haven't got into that, go fill out one of the forms. And the more the merrier, right? The more people that do it, the more likely we have a chance of getting up there for that. And of course, Crypto Coffee's out there doing this awesome stuff around capital raising for some of these listing fees that sometimes they have. So there we go. That is the link there. All right, so bullish there from Richard. And let's go into the Pulsechain day. So day 375, this is the end day results. So quadruple 0562 is the pulse. Just down slightly, just over 0.1%. 56% of the main sacrifice price at the moment. Let me zoom in on this a bit. It's a little bit small. We've got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 025, up 3.5% almost. And that is currently only 25% of main sacrifice price. So what I'm saying is it's an accumulation zone. It's kind of a no-brainer. And accumulate. We've got the buy and burn at 866.6 billion PulseX at the moment, and that is 4.27% of the total supply, including about 800 billion on top of that from the Power City Earn protocol. We're sitting around about 8%, give or take, on the total amount of market there, plus other protocols that are getting PulseX off the market, LPs and things. So we've got incentive token at the moment is up 3.25%. It's at $3.08, and this is looking really good. Incentive's looking really good, and of course, I think some people in the know really wanting to pick up more incentive tokens. So there we go. We've got 32 million and almost 32.3 million incentive tokens in existence. And of course, they're emitted from the PulseX V1 farm. So they're ticking away there. What else we got going? We've got Hex. Hex at the moment down 4.6%. Now, Hex has been on discount. Man, the other day it was at 68/100th of a penny. Was that yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday before. So yeah, man, what a steal on the old Hex on Pulsechain. And of course, we've got EHEX at 18/100th of a penny, pretty stable EHEX actually, relative to PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain. We're at the combined price EHEX and PHEX at 94.3 cents. 94/100th of a cent is where we are. We're at 94%. So you guys would be all flipping on your big super cruisers, right? Big super yachts. And we've got 94/100th of a penny, and that is where we're at the moment, still in accumulation zone. So let's have a quick look at the charts on the weekly. So let's go to the weekly here on the day. Let's get rid of that. What's that? Actually, the day at the moment on Pulsechain. We've got the RSI at 35, ticking away there. Let's go to the weekly though. Bam. And that's where we are at the weekly. So like I say, we bounced off, pretty much bounced off 5,000. So that was the key level to bounce off. So pretty good there. And we're back at 5,600. So things are looking pretty good in my view on here. The RSI is starting to pick up a little bit. And of course, we're at 35, 36 there on the RSI. So things are looking pretty good. Accumulation zone. Although we can say picking the bottom is the key. We've got PulseX at the moment as well. The RSI is a bit stronger, so 43, but we really are starting to get some momentum here on PulseX. We really bottomed out the other day at 2,000, and now we're up at 2,500. So looking pretty good there. We may even get a cross here on the short to the long term. That's the 13-day versus the 34-day. Let's go to the weekly, though, and have a look at that. And yeah, pretty much you can see this was back in November was our previous horizontal support, but better than the angular support that we had that broke down. And so yeah, this is looking pretty good this week. Very good and nice little hammer there forming. So yeah, looking good to me. Accumulate, and a good chance you might get that bottom. Incentive token, of course, we're talking about this. Obviously, a lot of chance to go up and away. We are looking at the ratio to pulse. We're currently at 54,900, so looking super strong. Look at that little edging the way up there. Plenty of room in the RSI too on the weekly. So bullish on here. And of course, a breakout 61,000, then 71,000 is the two marks. And of course, we've got 71,000 back here in July. So on the weekly candles here, looking very good. So there we are. And who knows where that will go to, right? Big times in terms of dollars. So it's going to be a lot of fun. PHEX, like I say, just earlier, accumulation zone. Nothing else much more to say about that on the weekly. And EHEX as well, likewise. This is on the daily, however, but we've got the BankX wall there at 0.7 of a penny. So heaps of upside as well. Get dragged up there, at least up to that point before maybe getting a bit of ratio sluggishness after that. All right, let's go buy EHEX and PHEX. So once again, the combined price here on InvestX, 9400th of a penny. So accumulation zone, nothing else to say. Accumulate and get the pump. All right, so let's go back to the Pulsechain gas prices. So we're at 450,000 beats, 9/10 of a penny for a Pulsecoin, a Pulsex swap, 500th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Gwei on Ethereum has come back a bit after having a little bit of a pump. Went from 2-3 Gwei all the way up to about 95 Gwei or something. It's back down at 6 Gwei. But Pulsex is still 900 times cheaper, so that's kind of cool. So up to $8 for a Uniswap swap there, but only 9/10 of a penny for a Pulsex swap. So still the best place to do business, right? On the proven, battle-tested Ethereum chain that is now Pulsechain. So pretty good there. Let's look at the validators. 48,665 validators. Now, while Pulse is down at this price at 32 million Pulse, that's what you need to be a solo validator. Man, what a steal. To become a validator and just have that passive income coming in, waiting for the price to take off. Man, that's just like a no-brainer. So there we go, folks. And of course, validatorstore.com from from David Feder is just a no-brainer, right? Dominating, almost 1 million blocks. Validators doing amazing there, crushing 69% of active validators through the validator store from David Feder. Just amazing. So he's done absolutely outstanding. Playing his bit, doing his bit as well for the global good on Pulsechain. So pretty good there. What else there? We also can do DGN, right? DGN NFTs as well. So if you don't want to do a full validator. We've got bridges there, 111.7 million. So that's up big time. So we're heading in the right direction, folks. So Pulsechain there going up there. We were down, 108, 108, 107 $1 million. We're back up 111.7. So that's good. We're heading in the right direction there on the old health check with the bridge funds. All right, so that means we're going to start day 376, which has ticked over. So we'll get back onto that tomorrow, right, when we do another day update. That's going to lead us into the rest of Pulsechain tickers. So let's see who else. We've got any more comments about that? Nope, I think that's it. Wookie says to Toby one, big green candles will help increase the force in you Padawan. That says Wookie there. Thanks for your galaxy far, far away terminology there, Wookie. All right, so let's have a look at the rest of them. We're going to have a look at the derivatives. So Icosa, Hedron, and all the Maximus products. We can see that Icosa on Ethereum is up 8.6% at the moment. Maxi, the big 15.2 year mining there is up 1.4% at the moment, and they must have accumulated a lot of Hex by now. Imagine that after 15 years. The Maxi and the Hex Gold Wow are going to be the two juggernauts out in the future. So they're going to be the ones that you're going to be talking about. So that's pretty cool, up 1.4%. Decky also managing to etch out a little bit of gain there. That brings us on into stable coins. At the moment, everything's pretty stable there. Coast still at a discount. What else is that? Going to PDI at 4800th of a penny. That's the mark at the moment. All the rest of the actual stable coins on Pulsechain are just under $1. So just below peg on the rest of the equity forks. Yeah. All right, that's stables, and we're going to jump over to the influencer coins. And at the moment, we've got Nope Token at the top. So as I said on the title of the video, Pulsechain, SparkSwap, and Nope Token. Nope Token is the number one performer at the moment, 8.5%. Of course, that is Randy Alaski, a big influencer in the Pulsechain Hex community. And you can follow him. No Permissions is his club that he has. And of course, you can check out Randy Alaski on YouTube and on X profile as well. So 4,500th of a penny at the moment, up 8.5%, doing pretty well. Is the old Note Token, followed by Paul Pleb from Hexy Bastard there, and of course the 9-inch exchange founder. We got up 5.7%. Access Alive, big influence in the Pulsechain community, TA guy as well, up at 2.8%. And then we've got Ben Armstrong, V1, the copy on Pulsechain, up almost 2% there. It's not too bad. SolidX just slightly below that at 1.8%, let's say. Bromance from Ben Armstrong, that is only up a little bit there. And so some big opportunities in some of these lower ones here, including Trayvon's, More Token, and Steve Hitson, Scuba Steve. So there we go. All right, let's jump over to the top of the markets. Let's go have a look at all the markets on Pulsechain. Those are kind of our main categories. let's go have a look at the top performers. So yeah, this is our next topic, of course, is SparkSwap. So SparkSwap is the top of the leaderboard, and they've just launched their 404 contract. And of course, it looks pretty cool. And of course, seems to be up quite a bit there, 570%. Their SparkSwap token has benefited as well, up 46%. So if and I think Wookie, are you in that? You're in SparkSwap, I think so. But that is doing pretty well. So this is the weekly on the old SparkSwap token, and look at that power move there happening. Pretty cool. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, we just closed this daily candle there, and it went all the way up to 12.8 cents. And yeah, currently at 9.3 cents is the old SparkSwap. So they're pretty well. Now, their 404s here, SparkSwap launch is live. Only just launched, folks, just before the live stream started. And of course, a 10,000 allocation, market cap and 900,000 at the moment, and the price $90 it says here. Let me do a refresh just to make sure this is updated. Yeah, 878,000 and $88 is the price at the moment. So come down just $2 from where I had it at the beginning. But there we are. They're going to have some 404 rewards. So there's lots of cool things. You know, everyone loves rewards here. So Spark 404 unveils an exclusive collection of 10,000 unique NFTs organized in 4 unique classifications that embody varying levels of NFT reflections. So these reflections going to get you paid, right? Each category is categorized by a distinct color of Sparky, the robot, the emblematic mascot of SparkSwap. Beyond color variations, each NFT features additional rarity traits that enhances potential value in secondary markets. And of course, we've got about 7 or 8 NFT markets now on Pulsechain that you can go trade those on. Potentially, collections will find diverse and potentially more valuable NFTs within each category and make each piece a sought after asset. And of course, SparkSwap is one of our top was it number 5, I think, on the dexes. So pretty cool. Ticking away. I think they took away about $500,000 the other day we saw on the old SparkSwap. So there we are, new product from SparkSwap, Spark 404 contracts and NFT collection. So looking pretty good. What else are we going to say about that? They've got a Twitter handle, of course. Let's have a look at some of ticking away. So we'll give them a rocket for that. Good performance. So that is SparkSwap at the moment. Big power move. And what else? Yeah, if we could jump over to SparkSwap here, where is it here? Oh, it's moved up. Look at that. It's even past 9 inch today. How about that? There we go. That's what happens when you launch some of your own stuff. So yes, 2.2 million in trading volume. So that's 4 times what we saw SparkSwap doing the other day with this new launch. So congratulations to SparkSwap there. They have been battling it through and done well. The website looks great too. So those are kind of the top performers there. I'm going to post a link to SparkSwap if you want to check it out. That is the new launch there. Sparky. I think Sandy might be in Sparky as well. You're in Sparky as well, Sandy. But that is the new SparkSwap. That's what's pumped that and made it number 1 performer today. Maybe you want to pick up some of those NFTs as speculation as well and get some reflection earnings as well. Sparky, says Sandy. Nice one. That is the link there. All right. Let us jump over to... Let's see what else is performing. Well, we've got P-Drip up there, up 12.6% at the moment. And, of course, we've got Cookies up at 12%. SolidX, of course, we've covered that. Nope Token, obviously top performer as well. Peppy there, up 6.7%. What else is doing well? Hex Orange Address up 5.4%. Those are some of the sort of leaders there at the moment. Party from Maximus team is actually up 4.6% as well. What else? Let's have a quick look at Party, see how that's been performing. There we are. So yeah, just really tapered off there, but having a good little day at the moment. So that's probably it. If you want to keep up with Party, you got to kind of keep up with Dipcatcher and Golki, the 2 founders. So there we go. UFO related to PDGC and Alien, that is up 4.4% as well. So some other honorable mentions. That's pretty much it on the leaderboard. We've got how much the total volume? We're doing 32.8 million. So kind of on, I would say, on the bottom of the range weekday, 32.8 million, but not bad. Still solid result on the overall numbers. Transactions 368,000. I think we did 440 yesterday. So that's down a bit from that, but still in the normal range, 300 to 400,000. So everything pretty normal. And of course, the big highlight there, the SparkSwap 404 launched today. Now, Pulsechain at the moment is how much of that volume? 25 million. So still the majority there. And of course, we've got 9M there, number 2, with 3.3 million volume. SparkSwap with 2.2. and then 9-inch there with 1.6 million at the moment in terms of market share. Kind of the main ones that are operating. In fact, we've got DexSwap. I haven't been on DexSwap for a while. DexSwap, yeah, not doing anything over on DexSwap. What's Pulse Rate? Pulse Rate's not doing anything either. 3,300, a little bit there, but not much. I don't know if it's got Sushi Swap in here, 7.3K. Uniswap, not sure what that is doing there as well, but it says 250,000. It's got a bit of Gophers and other stuff on there. All right, that is kind of the roundup there for Pulsechain. That leads us into, I was going to have a little look there. Those are some of the contracts. So these are the contracts for SparkSwap as well. I had these up, so you can find these as well. If you want to check out those, I might as well post that in the chat there as well. If you want to check out the contracts as well, we're just new. Kind of cool. There's the contract list there for the SparkSwap 404. Taken away. Number 2 DEX. Did I say? No, number 3 DEX today. Yeah, number 3 DEX today. Pretty good. That's going to lead us into, you go what? The Mafia. The Mafia, yeah, boy. The Mafia. We're going to get the Mafia on BNB. And of course, we know we're a big supporter of this. This is Jacob's project. Of course, Pulsechain, BNB dev. So we're going to get into that too. So yeah, if we are going to be doing a crime family in our Discord, we are going to be supporting that. There will be other crime families out there, but we want to be number 1. So we're going to do our best to do that. Obviously, we're going to have to play just like anybody else. We can see at the moment that the price of the chart is at 0006. But we're going to go and check out my custom chart because at least I've got a bit more information there. So let's go to Jacob's GameFi, and we can see all the Jacob's projects. He's going to have more projects than this by the time he's finished and done. And of course, let's go to Mafia on BNB. And we can see that, yeah, we're in early days. This is so early. Everyone is so early at the moment. Now, we've got the sacrifice price up here. That is the sacrifice at the moment. So that's about just under just under 1/1600th of a penny, pretty much. So we're still below that. So you got this will be short-lived. This gap will get closed out, and it's just really a matter of who gets that cheaper price, right, than the sacrifice price. That's pretty much it. And at the moment, it's still early days. So what do we got coming? We've got the game rolling out in stages. So they're just let me put it this way: they're rolling out the pre-game features first, like the profiles. Those are out. You can make your profiles now. They're rolling out within the next 7 days or 6 days now. They're rolling out families. So we're going to be getting a family set up for that. Now, family is going to cost $1 million Mafia to set up a family. So 1 million Mafia tokens. And of course, you can get in there. So at the moment, you can just join up. So I'm going to post the link if you want to join. Now, if you can join and play by yourself, you can play solo. Perfectly fine. You can be an outstanding player solo. You can do that. But if you want to join a Mafia family, obviously strength in numbers, you know how Mafias work, then yeah, that is, you can consider joining either ours. If we've got to obviously accept your application, but or you can go and join other Mafia families out there as well. Now, obviously, best place to start is on Telegram or just people that you know is even better. But Telegram on the Mafia site there now. So we're going to have more details. This is going to be a ramp up, right? Until the launch, and we're probably talking a week or two away for the actual launch, right? Somewhere in that ballpark. So kind of cool. Sandy says, sign me up for your family. You are signed up, Sandy. You'll be in there. You'll be in there. I'm sure Archie has taken note. He said that earlier. Anyway, so all you have to do is you need obviously a bit of BNB. It is on BNB chain for the time being. Now we think phase 2 might be associated to Pulsechain. So this is some of the wild card there. Wild card, let's put on the side. Now, you need a little bit of BNB just for the fees. I mean, you're talking about a couple of dollars, like $5, let's say. But you also need 2,000 Mafia tokens, which is about $1.50, maybe $1.25 for the 2,000 Mafia. That's what you need to make your profile. Now, in terms of joining Mafia families, because there's a million Mafia fee, that's going to be allocated to people to join the Mafia family. So there'll be a little bit additional things to join the Mafia family, but to make your own profile, that's only 2,000. Pretty easy. And of course, you can do it on PancakeSwap and do the trade there. So that's kind of the play here at the moment. So this is the website. I'm going to post the if you want to grab those 2,000 at least. But like I say, you're pretty early. So even picking up a bag for speculation is definitely on the board there. This is just like any crypto, it can go up dramatically in value. And it can also go down as well. So you just got to take into account. But it is early in our opinion. So there we are. That's the link to Dex Arena. And of course, you can trade on PancakeSwap here. Now, let's jump over to the actual game. Now, I wanted to say that the vault has hit over 25,000. You can see some of the recent players that arrived. So Billy Mays, Killed Popcorn, Zapod there, was it Kyodon, and some of the cool avatars. There's up to 1,200 avatars that you could randomly get selected. So you can customize your name. You can customize, obviously select the country that you're from, but you'll be allocated either a male or female character for the game, right? So there we go. You can see some of the different characters up at the moment. So pretty cool. Let's jump over to the vault. Now the vault itself, let's refresh this to get the latest and greatest. The vault is going up all the time. So like I say, when you buy Mafia, there's a 5% buy tax. Just remember that. So you will need a bit of slippage set up for your buys. And there's a 20% sell tax, okay? Just remember that. Those taxes go into the vault. And the vault is what all the people are going to be after. Crime families, individuals could be after that. So it's not just crime families that may win the access to the vault. Could be individuals that are outstanding at the game, right? It's just the way anything goes. And yeah, at the moment, you can do your profile, connect your wallet, and create your account or profile there. Easy to do. Only 2,000 Mafia tokens required to do that. Like I say, it's only a couple of dollars. The vault itself, look at this, $25,622. Now, the cool thing about this is that those 25% in tax or reflection fees, they go into the vault. So the vault's only going to get bigger, generally speaking, all the time. And of course, could hit 6 figures plus and up and away. The other thing, of course, is a lot of different things in the games, like making profiles. Those all go into the vault. And of course, there's going to be other things like the family fees probably go into the vault. That million Mafia goes into the vault. So lots of things go into the vault. You can already see there's already 200,000 almost Mafia ready to go into the vault. So that sells into the market and goes into the BNB vault there. The second thing, other than all of the game fees that are going into the vault, is the BNB price itself. If we get into a hyper bull market, of course, the BNB value goes up and to the right, and the dollars value goes way up too. So you got not only the reflection fees, the game fees, but also the BNB price as well will affect the pot. Now, what we're expecting is around about 10% of the vault every week once the game starts will be available for people to access that the top players or the top families to get access there. So it is going to be highly sought after, and of course could be quite lucrative every week getting that sort of thing. So at the moment, that'd be about $1,250 by my account. Yeah, was it? No, sorry, $2,500 by my account every week. So yeah, it could get really big. So imagine at a 6-figure, $100,000, you're looking at about $10,000 a week being allocated to potentially the top 5 families or players. So it's going to be pretty bad there. Now, the vault's not the only way to earn, of course. There's going to be multiple ways of earning in the Mafia game. It could be owning factories or clubs or all sorts of things. It could be, knocking people off and getting their assets, all sorts of ways to earn in the game. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, that is pretty much on the Mafia. And of course, if you want to get access to, if you want to join our Mafia family, if we know who you are and all that sort of stuff, you've got a good chance of getting in. And of course, you need to join our Discord first. Links in the video description. And of course, that's $5 per month to join our Pulsechain Hex Discord. And of course, the Mafia chat there is going to be private in the Discord, so you'd have to be accepted into that to see it. And of course, we're also going to have a corresponding chat group over on Telegram. Under the Mafia Telegram group, there's going to be subgroups called for the families, and we're going to have our own group in there run by Archie, our godfather, of course. So that's kind of the play there on the Mafia, and yeah, hitting new milestones altogether. Maybe a week or two away before it launches, but the next thing we're expecting is the family front end to set up families, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun on our crypto journey, that's for sure. So there we go. At the moment, good entry price as well, 0006. At the moment to get in on this. Man, pretty lucky, really. Kind of cool. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's get into Hex. Hex at the moment is on day 632, 21st of May, and we got the price there at 2/10 of a penny. I don't know why it's stuck in. Maybe it's not pulling in, because it's actually more like 1800th of a penny, so this doesn't seem to be working that price call there. The payout, though, does seem to be working, 7.148 Hex per T-share. Looking pretty good. The share rate's up slightly as well, at up 12.4. Let's go to the T-shares. T-shares are up 112. Looks like we've got 9,185,000 T-shares on the old Ethereum chain there. And let's see what else. We've got 639,000 Hex penalties. Reward pool at the moment, 65.6 million, almost 7 million there. So kind of cool. And the current holders, liquid holders up 16. Miners are down 12 to 117,787 miners. Let's jump over to the old Pulsechain. Oh, we haven't got today's data out. We read yesterday's data. So yeah, that's sometimes comes out a bit later. So we won't be able to read that until tomorrow. And we did read yesterday's data out. So now you're just going through that. So that's hex.com. Links in the description. You can start mining Hex today on Pulsechain or Ethereum. Of course, Pulsechain being the magic carpet ride chain. So there we go. All right. That's pretty much it. I think we've done our dash. What a day. What a day. Man, oh man. All right. The chat's pretty quiet. But we have Brian in the house. So folks, late, but made it. He came in on his magic carpet ride. That's pretty much it. All right, 50 minutes on the live. I think that's pretty good for today's live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch me again for a live stream tomorrow as we cover to next day's data. We'll bring you some new items as well to the show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, take care, everybody. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Join our Discord, Pulsechain Discord, $5 a month, 16 cents a day. Or join the Strategy Club, $35 a month, multi-chain. And, of course, we're hunting the best opportunities in crypto. A great place to be. All right, take care, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Let's play out some cool stuff on the way out. You guys know what I'm going to play. You guys know it. It's going to be the Magic Carpet ride. Let's go. Peace out. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.